India, I'm going to be very honest with you, and I'm going to try and say this in a nice way. I hope that you don't think that I'm trolling, because this is not really what it is about. Trolling is what people have been doing with Harshit Rana. I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm going to try and say this in a very, very nice, honest way. This all-format captain dream, I think it is a huge mistake. Now, the reason I'm saying this is, look, if you've been following me for a while now, you would have seen some of my comments in the India versus England test series where, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of Shubman's captaincy. I don't think he's proactive. I think he follows the ball. I don't know if he can necessarily come up with innovative ways to get wickets. I don't think his bowling changes have been too great here as well. We're seeing, you know, he somehow delays the spinners too long. I mean, you're India, you know what I mean? Get those spinners in. You look at Afghanistan, they cannot wait to unleash their spinners against Sina teams. It is their pride and joy. And it boggles my mind because, you know, if you look at the likes of a Varun Chakravarti, Kuldeep Yadav, Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, you know, you should be itching to get them in the game. And today, I think, again, the game was drifting. I do think you could have won with 260 on the board. Again, yes, you know, dropped catches as a South African. I've been feeling that over the last week or so. There's nothing more annoying when you do not take your chances. So, yes, that also comes into play. But, guys, if Zampa is taking 4 wickets, why the hell is Kuldeep Yadav not playing? Every single time Kuldeep Yadav plays, he proves to everybody why he is picked. The only issue is that he's not being picked enough. You should be picking him everywhere all the time. Okay, he's a mystery spinner. A mystery spinner can make things happen on water. Okay, he can make things happen on any pitch. I still think that Manchester Test match, it would have been different if that man was playing. And the thing with Gill, I think, as well, is yes, obviously with Virat Kohli, you know, it was this all-powerful superhero, all-format captain. And I don't know, is there a bit of nostalgia? Is India trying to recreate the legend that was Virat Kohli as an all-format captain, you know, sending India into the test world as the best test team, you know, everything that he did in Australia? I don't think that sort of thing can ever be replicated again. And why should it? Nobody else is doing the all-format captain thing because there's this thing called the IPL that is happening for 2 months in a year. So if you're an international captain, you now have to captain 3 formats. You have to play all of those international. Guys, there is so much cricket happening. There is so much cricket happening. I can't even keep up. I don't even know what to make videos about. Yesterday, West Indies versus Bangladesh super over. I was like, I probably should cover this, but at this point, Instagram is going to shadow ban me. Or what is that? It is shadow ban, right? Because there's too many videos. There's too much cricket. Now you really want one guy who's already got a bit of a weakness in Sina conditions. You want him to be your all-format captain. This is not trolling. This is what is the best for somebody who is one of your most talented players, which is Shubman Gill. So, yeah, I know people are going to be like, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Rohit played really, really well today. And you're going to be like, yeah, but it's luck. Guys, this is cricket. There's going to be, in these types of conditions, you're going to have a ball with your name on. So, yes, luck. And then turning that luck into a big score. That was fantastic. Virat, I feel sad because I can see how the media is going on about it. Just remember, that man's record in South Africa is impeccable. Where is the World Cup? It is in South Africa. So Australia, who sent a team to the Champions Trophy without their main bowlers, listen, in these types of conditions, they've got 8, 9, 10 options that could really do the job. Okay, you've got a Nathan Ellis. You've got a Xavier Bartlett. Ben Dwarshuis, okay, Sean Abbott is another name that's flying around. There's Spencer Johnson, etc. They've got guys who can get the job done on these types of pitches because they grow up on these types of pitches. So, yes, you know, Champions Trophy, we'll let that go. But I also think this musical chair batting scenario that Gambhir is you can get away with that in your subcontinent conditions, but not here, not in Sina. You need your specialized batters, your specialized bowlers. You all know I'm a very big Arshdeep Singh fan. Again, in that we can go to that first game where Mitch Marsh, his captaincy was proactive. He thinks on his feet, he's got plans. And just a big risk to bowl Hazelwood for 7 overs. It was a real big risk, but that's the type of captain he is, and it paid off. And I feel like you need to make those kind of moves against the bigger teams. It's like, it reminds me of Arsenal. Okay, as a Gooner myself, nothing annoys me more than how we played against Man City, against Liverpool, because I'm like, we're not going to win by playing it safe. This isn't just cricket or even rugby. Okay, you can think of every single sport under the moon, under the sun. You're not going to win it by playing safe. And so I just felt like Arshdeep Singh as well. How long did he wait to bring him back in that first match? A lot of overs for Rana. Like I said, I'm not going to make a whole thing about Harshit Rana. A lot of people are talking about Prashit Krishna. He's probably going to get a go in the third match. Is he there? I think he's in the squad, right? Let me know if that is indeed correct. But KL Rahul shouldn't be batting at 6, guys. I think Hardik Pandya is a big miss. There's not enough power for me there for India, guys, to really, really accelerate. And it's tough when a guy like Shreyas Iyer has that, but you think about like the 2023 World Cup, you think about the Champions Trophy, you think about here now, he just constantly has to come in and play this sort of like consolidating type of role. Can't really express himself because he needs to keep the innings together, because look, the guy's not getting a spot in the T20 side, so for God's sakes, if he screws up in the ODI, that's it, that's tickets. So I feel for Shreyas Iyer that he needs to play out of his skin in a way in this ODI side. And yeah, KL Rahul, his record at number 5, it's so good. And now you've got him coming in at number 6. And again, it's all about this right left hand crap. You think about India in the Champions Trophy, that wasn't really an issue, having all of those right-handed batters. I think even South Africa now, and I know you guys are going to say it's in Pakistan, but Pakistan was really good. A lot of our right-handed batters actually came to the party. You need to just apply yourself. And if you pick players in the right position, Stubbs at 3, that was his best position, and he actually came out and he scored runs. I do think positions matter in the longer formats. In T20, by all means, switch it up. But I have a feeling India can come in and win that third match. But there's just a lot going on for me at the moment, and there's quite a few questions, and it's always coming down to selection. And the reason people go on about selection the way that they do is because you have so much talent, you have so many good players, and it's just surprising that as somebody like a Kuldeep Yadav isn't playing every single match. Like I said, whether it's on Mars or the moon or in Iceland, the man has to be playing. But Australia, they're looking good. They don't even have all of their players. People are saying you don't have Bumrah, you don't have Hardik, but Australia, they're missing a ton of guys as well. I don't know. Yeah, it's a match where I feel like there were moments where I felt like you could have won that game. I really do. But anyway, what's your opinion on the match? What are your thoughts? And yeah, with the World Cup being in South Africa in 2027, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the players? And who would you like to see come in?